What up, y'all? This is Lazy KeKe. My name is Dana B.
And I am Cassie J.
We bring you the Real Housewives of Potomac Season 5 Reunion Part 2. And let y'all know, Pastor Jamal Bryant.
Yes, I was going to start it over with that. The pastor lied to y'all.
Because on his little video response, he said he gonna invite his whole congregation to watch this Sunday's, the one that just passed yesterday, episode where you all see Chris going after Giselle and Robin. That did not happen, Pastor Jamal Bryant, and I feel like I've been lied to.
And I feel like in my spirit that next week it's not gonna happen either. I feel in my spirit that he gonna get upset, but it's not gonna happen quite like you said it, because you're losing credibility right now, sir. You're losing credibility.
Yeah. So this episode, it was alright. It was kind of annoying.
It wasn't like the first one.
No, the first one was juicy. This one was okay, It starts off resuming where we were with the whole Monique dropping the bomb.
Right.
Andy says to Giselle, there seems to be a dialogue of Jamal being or questioning if Jamal is faithful. And Giselle says that she's been very transparent about her marriage with Jamal and says that her and Jamal are fine. So,
and then they asked, was he coming?
Yeah, well, after Monique dropped her bombs, Giselle was, she had the poker face on. She said that everything is fine. Candace does say that
he should have been there to defend her.
Yeah, I agree. Jamal should have been here to defend himself, to talk about it. And then she asked if what's in the thirst book, that's what she calls Monique's binder, the thirst book. She said, if it is true, how will handle it? Or what's going to happen if what she's saying is true. And Giselle says, we'll get to that bridge. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it, basically.
Well, the bridge is here.
Fine. Wow.
So the church say amen. Like, okay, girl.
Andy says it seems Andy kind of was like giving Jamal the benefit of the doubt. He says that it would seem weird for Jamal to come back on the show if he has multiple women, which really ain't saying too much because he was a pastor of a mega church and he had multiple women. That didn't stop him either. So that's just my observation. Anywho, so they break for lunch. And Giselle and Robin decide to discuss Monique's
a receipt book,
and making fun of it, like who has time to have a binder? Who has time to make tabs on a binder? Oh my God, it's so pathetic. Well, and truthfully, as I was watching it, I was like, well, apparently Pastor Jamal had time to do his own little binder. So,
and I was like,
because the binder was effective.
Why you didn't have the same energy on the stage? Like you was sitting there like a church mouse up there on the stage when they was asking you all this. Why you didn't have the same energy?
Well, she does not feel powerful unless the Wonder Twins are together, so they can.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, Robin, you was up there with her. Why y'all didn't come to get Wonder Twin powers activated and come at her on the stage?
She tried to with her. What is your motivation for this?
That ain't enough.
That question still tickles me.
That ain't enough. But that face was priceless. I mean, what are you trying to do?
I mean, at the end of the day, Giselle, what do you expect? You basically try to kick her off the show, make sure that she does not film with anyone. She has nothing but time, sweetheart. What are you saying? She has nothing but time. Okay, y'all don't want to work with me? Y'all trying to ice me out? I have nothing but time.
Let me get my receipts together.
Exactly. Let me do a little binder
for this reunion that you can't keep me from coming to.
Hello, somebody. So yeah, they come back. All right. So after the lunch break, that's when they start going down everyone's highlights of the season. They start off with Ashley. So as they're running down the highlights of the season for Ashley, Andy says he feels for her because it seems like year after year she has to defend her marriage.
And she didn't see it that way. She was like, I don't feel like I'm defending it. I feel like questions are asked and I am answering them. Same difference, boo. Same difference.
She does have to defend her marriage every single
Yeah.
year. I mean,
Yeah.
that it is what it is. Because no one else is getting asked those type of questions
about their
regarding their
significant
husband.
other. So
right. So
and
Michael was
Michael's
not at
not
the reunion.
there.
He was in South Carolina.
Yeah. Girl, come.
Out of all days. He's always there. And now she says, oh, we thought it was next week. And you know, he was called to the fire before, so maybe it might be true, maybe not. No comment. We're gonna move on. All right, let's move on then.
Let's talk about the Ashley said she messed with someone. Oh, yeah, that was something she said. Ashley said that she had messed with someone. And when they start asking her about, you know, it seemed like you forgave him, you know, with the whole cheating thing, and you know, tell us what happened, because they played that little clip, and she was like, he said that, you know, the girl, you know, what it seemed like she was trying to imply was that the girl was just trying to get like money or something, like try to extort him when they got to the hotel. Right. And she was like,
the girl didn't want to actually have sex with him.
Right. She just wanted to get him to the room.
Have sex, but she didn't want.
Why was you butt naked? Why did you just have on your boxes if y'all wasn't trying to have sex?
And that's not what he said initially. He said that he got too drunk that he couldn't
and passed out.
So now you're saying that I tried to have sex with her, but all she wanted was money. This is why you have to defend your marriage every single
because you're not telling the truth.
And I'm just tired of her. She said that she wasn't shocked about the allegations in the hotel because
she said that she had her own indiscretions and he forgave her. But you said this key word. You said that you messed with someone when y'all were separated. That means you were on a break.
Exactly.
You was very well married.
You just went out for a girls' trip. And he took that as an opportunity to, all right, I'm about to go party too.
So when you go on girls' trips, does that mean y'all separated when you on girls' trips?
Ain't that the $1 million question? Hello.
That Ashley does the same thing that it seemed like Drew does. It's like your man messes up, instead of you just taking, you know,
cover it up,
standing your ground. It's like, no, girl, he messed up. If you choose to forgive him, fine, but don't. Yeah.
Ashley says that she doesn't have an open marriage and that Michael only likes women. Why do you constantly have to remind people that your husband likes women? You know what I mean? So, honey, I don't know. It don't.
It's okay if he likes
happy.
both. Listen, she happy enough to get pregnant again. Okay, listen.
Okay. She's happy with So we're gonna wish them well. Karen says that she wants the truth. I don't know how, but they try to tie what's going on with Ashley and related to what's going on with Giselle and Jamal. And Karen says she wants the truth from Giselle, and she roots for Giselle. I don't know why she said that, but anywho, the old clips resurfaced of Michael squeezing the ass of a producer.
Right.
Andy asked Ashley if that made her heart sink when she saw it. Ashley says no, because she knows the full context of their relationship.
Let me tell you something.
They have a flirty relationship.
I don't care. If I ever catch him out here in the streets grabbing on a guy's butt, listen, he ain't played no sports in quite some time. So there's no need for you to be going around smacking no man's butt today. It's just not okay. There's no reason.
She's trying to downplay it as if, oh, they always have a flirty relationship. Oh, it's just fun play. It's not like he calls Michael Zaddy. And the other ladies brought up like, well, we told you last reunion last year how there was a producer that said that Michael did, sexually assault him and he was uncomfortable about it. And that also brings up the other allegation about the cameraman that also said that Michael was a little too handsy, that Candace brought up. And Candace was like, well, how after all this evidence, how can you not believe that he touched the cameraman's ass? Ashley says, because Michael doesn't know the
relationship.
the Michael doesn't know him like that, and they don't have a relationship. So I doubt that would happen.
Like, why is any of this okay? It doesn't matter one way or another, whether you have a relationship or not. Why are you okay with your husband grabbing and groping other men?
Just like how Andy said, it's so easy to believe that Jamal has cheated. I don't know, and someone said it. It's easy for people to believe that Jamal has cheated. It's easy for us to believe that Michael is a little too friendly with his hands. So you gotta stop it, Michael. Stop being a little too friendly with your hands with other men that don't ask for that.
Matter of fact, you might need to stop drinking, because it seems like when you drink, this is when this other side of you tends to come out more, and you try to blame it on the alcohol, like Jamie Foxx said. But I'm gonna stop. I'm one of them people that'll get drinking. But usually this is the thing, what they say when people drink, you just become more of who you are, usually when you drink. So it just would, this is probably who you are. You just get more comfortable. Because I mean, even at, the engagement party, you seen how he was talking to what's his name? Robin's fiance. Juan.
Yeah. Real flirty.
We gonna have a bachelor party, just us two, just right? Us, like, I mean,
cameras, like no women, all right.
Like, why? What? That ain't no bachelor party.
Just weird, bro. Just weird.
You're giving me gay vibes.
Why this thing does not want me to be great today?
And it's like, it's okay, sir, if you like men and women. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just living your truth and be honest.
It's just stop harassing men that don't. I
don't want you to.
He's with that. Don't sexually assault anyone else's husband, sir. Stop it. Okay.
And if they said, listen, we need to keep this off camera. If y'all have that agreement, then stop. Don't do it on camera.
Keep your hands off married men. How about that?
I mean, some swingers.
Honey, just get it together. Nevertheless, so Karen, we go next to Karen and her highlights during the season. Giselle says that when they went to Karen's hometown, that's the first time she actually saw Karen as Karen, not the Grand Dame, because she likes to have this persona. And they discussed everything going on, her relationship with Ray, her saying that she doesn't like Ray's penis. So they're addressing all of these things. Robin asked Karen why she was so dismissive of her when she asked her about the fireball situation. And Karen says that she was hungover. She was dismissive. Andy asked Karen, does she have a disdain for Ray's penis? And she says no.
Why would she say yes?
Hello. She says no. And she says that, things that was said about her marriage, that she said about her marriage, all those clips, the fireball talk, and all those things helped her with her relationship with Ray. Seeing that back, it all helped her. And even with her saying how she gave her money to Ray to help him out, she wanted her money back. She realized, like, no, I don't need my money back.
She got what she wanted from him. She just wanted wanted him to sit down and say he appreciated what she did and that he loved her and thank you. That's all she wanted, was a thank you.
Right.
Now, if you give her the money back, I mean, she's not gonna be like, no way, you put that in your account. She'll probably take the money, but she's not, gonna hound him about the money.
It's not like you owe me. She was like, no, I realize he doesn't owe me anything. He's been the provider. I'm happy to help my man.
Right. And I'm glad I'm in the position.
Finally acknowledges. Right. She does say that when Ray's saying he didn't love her, she says that he wanted her to hear him. And so that she was Said she wasn't embarrassed by what he said. She was just hurt by what he said that he did.
But Giselle was like, no, that wasn't news to her. She knew this. That ticked me off when Giselle did that. Don't tell somebody else. How you gonna tell somebody their truth and what they're going there like? So so that means the pastor really is cheating then. That's the same thing that Monique just did to you.
Right.
You try to keep it calm, but it was the same thing. You were saying that that's not true. That's not what's going on in our relationship. She don't know what's going on in our relationship. Okay, well, you don't know what's going on in their relationship either.
Right.
Everybody else on the stage was like, no, I don't think that she knew that's how he felt. I seen a woman hurt. I don't see someone that knew what was going on. And I agree. She looked hurt when he said that. Not, it's like, no, she was embarrassed because it was on camera. Girl, a lot of stuff don't happen on camera. That was probably embarrassing. No, that was hurtful to hear your husband say, I don't know if I love you. What?
Right. Andy did say, like, throughout the years, Karen has always been kind of secretive of her life, but he noticed that this season she's showing a little bit more. He says that's because losing her parents allowed her to let her guard down because she was trying to have this image to not embarrass her parents or something like that, I guess. But now that they're gone, she's like, I could be my true self for TV.
And I get it to the extent, if I was on a show, I would want my parents to see me. I would want several members of my family to see me acting a certain way. I wouldn't. It's just like you're mindful. Just like these women got kids and stuff.
I can see if you don't want to make a complete ass of yourself, but she wasn't herself at all. She made up this whole persona for TV.
Yes.
That's the problem.
That's the difference. That's what I was saying. There's certain things, you don't want your family to see you doing. It's like, okay, I don't want them to see me over here fighting people and cutting up, doing all this, that, and the third. But yeah, I agree. It's like, you don't want them to see you and be like, girl, that's not how you act.
Right.
So,
so next up is the reflection of Monique's journey this season.
Yeah.
This is where this thing starts to get a little interesting and where my scalp starts to itch.
Is this part of what you don't like about her? I felt when she said this little thing, I was like, maybe this is kind of like what Dana was saying about what she don't like about Monique. When she makes the comment, they was talk. I don't know how they got on this about these Bravo checks, but she's like, them little Bravo checks ain't doing nothing. That just going to my account. That just supports my business. My husband is still the breadwinner. He makes all the money. And Andy was like, well, he can't be making the same money he was making when he was in the league. And she was like, yeah, he does. He actually makes more. And he's like,
his investment portfolio.
And that's what she was like, girl, very well. He invests. What you mean?
I can agree with. I can see where she's coming. Yeah, he's not playing basketball. He's not playing football no more, but that money's still coming in because he
smart with his money.
But no, when I say when I say my scalp itch, this part on because of Candace. Candace made my scalp itch
too
this time.
I'm trying not to drag her through this review.
It's just I'm gonna try not to. I also keyword is try. But the point with my issue with Monique, I realized it's just that she has this, woe is me, oh, I'm struggling, I'm working so hard. But she doesn't realize that she has so much privilege. She needs to take some of that anguish out of her throat when she talks about certain things. Like, ma'am, you have money. You're talking as if you're struggling, as if you only have $200 in your bank account. That's what got on my nerves with Monique during.
Girl, she working 9 to 5 too.
You would think the way she presents things, but
she got a budget.
All right, so back to you would think. So this reunion though. So they start off talking about the bird T'Challa. So apparently T'Challa flew away. Ooh. Monique said he was gone for 26 hours, but then he came back. As Monique was going through this, here goes Candace, kept talking about that didn't happen. That didn't happen. I'm just like,
they said that if the bird, they said it's not likely that bird would fly away and come back. And that's when she was like, because it didn't happen.
I find it really weird for Monique. I mean, I don't know if it happened or not. I don't, nor do I really care if
I
it
don't.
happened or not. But let's say that it did happen.
Right.
How
Let's
do you
go with it.
know? How do you know, Candace, that it didn't happen? Were you around her? And truthfully, why would Monique make up a lie that her
By the
bird flew
bird.
away?
The bird.
Anywho, I'm not a bird person, so I will never understand that. I can see a dog. Maybe I can stand a dog, okay? But
Yeah. Okay.
um, so yeah,
What? Like, okay. Whatever.
Monique says that she wasn't embarrassed when Chris impersonated her giving a blowjob.
Right. Fellatio.
Yeah, she said that no, it's like I know my husband's, he's a clown. I know his sense of humor didn't embarrass me. Here goes Candace and wants to insert herself. She said it
She
was
was like,
disgusting
it was
for him to do
disgusting.
that.
I can't believe he would do that. And she was like, girl, your husband said that you were bipolar with a light switch. What are you talking about? And she said, and your husband called you a concubine.
For
Why
what?
are you going at this woman when you said that she's attacked you when you were still traumatized to this day?
That's why my scalp was itching. Because I'm just like, it doesn't add up. It just doesn't add up. You're still in your feelings about it. Cool. Could it be that she shouldn't use the word traumatized?
I'm like, girl,
You're not
I
acting
just,
as if if you're traumatized.
mm.
This was a traumatic incident that happened to you, but you're not acting as if. It doesn't make sense
It
to me.
feels like you're still antagonizing her a little bit. It's like you're still like picking with her. You're
Because
still,
you're mad.
yeah,
Okay, cool, you're mad. Then
and
say
you're
that.
entitled to that.
Say that I'm still pissed. Say I'm still mad. Fine. Cool. I just don't understand the whole I'm traumatized
You're the
from that.
victim.
It does not add up because it's two different extremes with
Because
it. It's two
before
different
you didn't
extremes.
want to be in the room with her. You was like, don't put me in the room with her. I don't want no events with her. And that makes sense. If somebody attacked me, I don't want to be around them. Don't put me in that situation with them. If I attack somebody, I don't want to be in the room with them either because I don't want to put myself in a situation where they gonna retaliate or I'm gonna feel the need to have to retaliate against them again. Just keep us separate. So them being separate, cool. Now y'all are together. They still got y'all far apart.
But like after everything
Every
Monique
chance she
says,
got, yeah, she was
yeah,
saying something.
yeah. So I was like, okay, girl.
But you realize, and people, y'all can get in the comments, say what y'all gonna say, because y'all gonna say what y'all gonna say regardless. Monique wasn't saying a whole lot about her until she said, she was like, you hear her over there, right? She was saying, Ashley said, you hear her over there talking. Like, I'm just,
She
when
talking
she was
mad shit, but
talking,
yet she's
yeah, she
so
would
damn
make faces.
traumatized.
She was just like, okay. She would make a face, but she didn't say nothing. I'm gonna let her say her piece. She might make a comment here and there, but it was like from the beginning, it was like as soon as she said something, here you go. That thirst book, it was nothing to do with you. She was talking to Giselle. She didn't say nothing to you. But you felt the need to chime in.
Right.
So
it doesn't make sense.
nobody else is saying anything. Like Wendy not over there saying nothing. She's sitting over there just being quiet. Ashley not saying nothing. She's sitting over there being quiet. Even when Giselle was being attacked verbally over there, she didn't say nothing until Andy asked her. So I want Candace. I'm not saying she needs to get over it because, yeah, everybody's healing time and process is different. But as you see, when they play the fight back, and she's like she couldn't watch it.
Right.
So you're still on that.
Going into the fight, they did go through what
led up to this.
Right. And so Monique says that there's a plot against her family started 2 years ago when her former friend Gigi went around to different castmates trying to spread this rumor. And right after Andy's baby shower, some of the ladies had dinner and they were discussing it, trying to bring this plot into fruition. This is what Karen told Monique, and apparently Candace told Karen or something, basically saying that, yeah, they did, this conversation did happen.
Mm-hmm.
Giselle downplayed it. She said, yeah, we had a conversation, we talked about it, but that was
we
it.
laughed about it. It was like we were laughing.
Right. And that was that. So then they go into the history of Monique and Candace, what led to the fight. And one thing I found interesting when they were going into the history is how much Giselle was involved in planting seeds. But no one talked about that. Because Giselle, I'm sorry, but Giselle is a part of this fight. She said that my hands are clean. She planted seeds. We saw it in that clip when she told
Monique,
when she first said the whole room were on camera.
Yeah.
And then she was telling Monique about the whole, right.
What
she brought
Ashley
up to
said.
Monique about Sharice.
She told her what Ashley said.
Like,
Ashley
Sharice is there. Why is that? And then she
Ashley
said
told me
Ashley
that Candace befriended her after you guys fell out. That's what Ashley told me.
Went out her way to befriend, right, to befriend Sharice after Sharice and Monique stopped being friends. So it was like Giselle did plant some seed. Her hands are not clean in this, but no one brought that up. Okay. Someone asked Monique, she took the picture with Sharice at someone's baby shower. She was right next to it.
I think it was Andy's baby shower.
So wouldn't that, it was a baby shower?
I think it was at Andy's.
It was somebody's baby. I don't know whose. Maybe she took a picture at Andy's baby shower right next to Sharice. She had no problem. So basically, why would you think, what made you think that Candace thought y'all had an issue if y'all took a picture together? And so Monique was saying, well, that's different. We didn't talk. We just took a picture. It was an event that we had to do. And that was that.
And they was like, but you ran out of the little sipping seed with Dean. And she was like, because, I mean, let's think about it. You guys were trying to make them talk. I think she would have just sat there had y'all not said anything. But you were like, hey, what's going on with you guys? I mean, she came in, you didn't speak to her. Like, let's fix this. Yeah, I would probably leave you too. I'm like, if this is what y'all gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and go.
My thing is, Monique makes it seem as if Candace knew that her and Sharice were at
problems.
Mm-hmm. Candace is saying, I did not know it was that big of a deal. We still have yet to get into the root of that. I honestly, all the evidence, I do on the at the bonfire, she admitted to overreact.
She did.
A part of me does feel like some of the energy, the anger that she was giving to Kim is not warranted on a lot of levels.
Yeah.
Because as they kept, even Andy kept saying, the situation, that plot never brought itself to the show.
Yeah, there's like, it never happened.
It may have been behind the scenes on the, he kept saying on the show, it never happened on the show. No one brought it to life on the show. So why are you bringing it on the show? You look crazy.
She said, okay, if that's how y'all want to do this.
She does look crazy.
Like, she even got a like defensive, then she's like, okay, that's what y'all want to do. Okay, that's how y'all want to be.
Because Monique, you can't have it both ways. Can't things off the show because you look crazy. Like, why are you so angry? So that part I agree with Candace on that. Candace says, like, you know, this whole time you've been trying to bully me, you've been trying to pick a fight with me, and you can see where all the times where Candace did apologize. Mm-hmm. Well, I'm sorry this happened. I'm sorry that you feel this type of way. I apologize for that. She did that too. Candace did that. Monique still had a problem with her because of the things, quote unquote, that happened off the air, but, you know, behind the scenes, but you should have kept it there. I will agree with Candace on that only.
I mean, while we were doing this season, we talked, it came up. Candace did walk away alive. She did try not to engage. Yes, Monique overreacted. And yes, as you said, she finally did own up to it. What I did not like in this situation when they finally played the fight and they was talking to Monique and she was like, I was trying to figure out what took me there, like what would make me go there. And I was just like, at the end of the day, Monique is never going to own up to her part. She's never going to, I don't feel like she's ever really going to be remorseful for what happened because she felt like she was warranted for what she did. She did acknowledge as they played the footage back, she said, I thought it was Candace that pushed me, but it was actually Giselle that pushed her. So once again, Giselle, your hand is in this, and they confronted her on it. They said, we seen that it appears to be your hand in the middle of this. And she was like, I didn't push her. I was trying to break them up. No. This is breaking somebody up.
She was trying to
This
stop
is pushing somebody.
Yeah.
So you kind of, and y'all don't have to agree, but I feel like you kind of you added fuel to the fire. I'm not gonna say you instigated this, but you added fuel to that fire by doing that. Because she said that was like the turning point.
This part of the reunion. She said that what triggered her was
the hand
and her face.
And then you pushed.
Was like, that didn't happen.
It did. They played it back.
That didn't happen. Exactly. She literally, and truthfully, when Candace did this to Monique, Giselle was not even looking at Candace. She was looking away. So it's like, these ladies, yes, you were there. Sometimes things happen so fast, you can't catch everything.
And you so just watched it.
When Monique is expressing her going through that was her perspective. She's telling you what she experienced.
I seen her with broken glass and throwing glass at me. She did have a broken glass in her hand. I understand that it was more kind of like her head on, and she's just kind of holding on, but nonetheless, if you in the middle of something, you see somebody with a broken glass in their hand, I don't know what your intentions, I don't know what's happening at this point. We in the middle of a fight.
It's a lot
going on. That's off.
It's a lot going on. I guess they're wanting Monique to recognize her wrongdoing. I'm assuming she's like, look, she's real matter of fact. This is what happened. This is what set me off. That's that.
Would I do it again? Yeah. Like that's her attitude. Would I do it again?
She wouldn't. I feel like after everything was said and done, she wouldn't do it again.
I think she would.
But she's not really that sorry that it happened. I don't think she'll do it again, but I don't think she's not remorseful.
I think that if she could go back, would she do it differently? That's what I mean by would she do it again? Yes. If this could be, if we had a time machine and she could go back, and would she do it again? I think she would do it again because she does not feel like she did anything wrong.
I feel like the backlash was too much for her, and that's why she wouldn't do it again. If the backlash wasn't that strong, she would. Yeah, she had no remorse with her. Now all these relationships are tainted. Yeah, she wouldn't do it again. I feel like she wouldn't. But if they just gave her a little tap on the hand and that was it, she would do it again. Honestly. So
it says I said Giselle pushed Monique. Monique said that when we talked about the hand in the face, Candace had the broken glass in her hand. Monique wanted to continue the fight. They said, why did you want to continue the fight? And she said because she was still running her mouth and she was calling me out of my name.
Fired. She said, I was fired. I'm a hood rat bitch. She's like, well, since I'm fired, let's finish it up.
Let me go finish her. When she said that, that's another reason why I said she would do it again. It's like in this present moment.
I feel like she wouldn't. I feel like that moment that she had when she was in that door, her adrenaline was still rushing. She was still in fight mode. That's why I feel like that moment, yeah, she probably would do it again. But after everything was said and done, I don't think she would. I don't think she would.
I only say this because you're at the reunion, you don't watch the whole season, you don't watch this fight. I know you watched it several times. You just watched it again. And as we're talking to you, and they had made the comment about it too, there's like, you don't have any feel, like you don't feel sorry right now. Like, I don't see that. And that's okay. It's okay if you don't feel sorry. If that's your truth, that is your truth. But the fact that you're saying to this day, in this moment, why you were still trying to fight her, you could have said that another way. You was like, I'm gonna go finish her off. The fact that you use those words is why I'm like, that is how you still feel. Like, I feel like that is your energy to this day. Like, that's how you still feel. So yeah, if it came up again, yeah, y'all might get into a fight again. Is it likely? Maybe not, because Candace is not gonna put herself in a situation where you can get to her. Is she gonna keep running her mouth? Yeah, because she's doing the reunion. But I don't feel like she learned anything. Now, if charges got pressed, she would have still been on this apology campaign that she had started and all that. And they asked her about that. They said, why did you apologize to the ladies and not Candace? And she said, because I wanted to let them know that I was sorry for putting them in that situation. And I'm thankful that no one got hurt. And they was like, someone did get hurt. She said, I'm talking about them.
Right, the ones that were not involved in this. Yeah, Candace got hurt, but she don't care about that.
She was the intended target.
You know what I mean? But the other lady, and I don't understand how that apology gives no credit to Monique. The fact that she's apologizing to like all the other ladies is basically, you might as well have said nothing. Them. Because you're not sorry to Candace.
To Monique.
So
to Candace.
If she didn't say, I'm sorry for putting you on the way in harm's way, would that not, they would probably have a problem with that too?
I think if she would have apologized to Candace and not to them, they would have felt like, well, she owes us an apology too, because I mean, she put like, that was, we could have got hurt. Right. Like, there was broken glass everywhere. I feel like she would have been damned if she do, damned if she don't, regardless. Because at that point, they had made up in their mind that she was a villain and they did not like her any further. And that's where they are. You have been written off in their book. Right. There's nothing that you can say or do.
No.
Change that.
No. During as they were showing the footage, Andy says, I noticed that to Candace, I noticed you weren't watching the footage. Candace says she got the footage in November, but couldn't watch it until February. She says that
wait, Dana.
I hate you. She said she's still hurt about it. She said, now this is the part, again, she made my scalp itch, y'all. This is the part where she says, like, Monique knew that Candace says that Monique knew that Candace did not initiate the fight. However, people online keep throwing that at her. Monique, and she keeps going on and on about the trolling and all the attacks that she's been getting online. Candace says that Monique sees it and, she just goes to bed at night like nothing's the problem, or, she's okay with how they're attacking her. I agree with Monique said. Monique was like, you act like I can control what people do online. And 2, you're working yourself up. You created the story in your head as if Monique is plotting and trying to get everyone to come after you via social media. And she's loving all the bullying and all the attacks that's been going on. And she's loving it on the side. Like Monique said, you're hurting yourself by creating this narrative in your own head. And she is, though. She is. For her, she got really worked up, really emotional. Like, she just goes to sleep at night. Like, all these people are bothering me and they're just so mean to me. She could care less. She's allowing them. You're doing all of that for no reason.
She's like, people are calling me a snitch. Now, let me tell you something. People were going to call you that regardless of what Monique said or not. That was on you because you decided to file a suit or press charges or whatever it was that you did. That had nothing to do with her. That was because of the decision that you made. So people were going to say that about you because of that. It had nothing to do with her. There was nothing she could do to stop that.
And she's making it seem as if Monique don't have trolls coming after her online.
Some people are just, listen, they be on our comment section right now.
For no reason.
Coming at us for not agreeing that Candace is the victim.
Exactly. Low key, I think that was Candace though. You know what's so funny? So funny. Even Erica was like, "Is that Candace?" I was like, "Maybe."
I'm saying, like, because we don't use certain words to describe her in a situation, we've already said that way back then. We said it wasn't right way back then for Monique to put her hands on her. All we're saying now, at this point, is that you have to change the way that you're moving now, so that this does not happen to you again. It's not like anything else in life. When you go through something, if you fall down the steps, you're going to do something different to make sure you don't fall down the steps again. You're not going to keep doing whatever it was that caused you to fall down the steps.
You're going to proceed with caution. She has no caution with their mouth at all. So it's just like,
they've addressed it. Like, they addressed it during the show while the show was going on. At the reunion, they said something about, well, you be on Twitter, you be on social media going after people. How do you think that makes that person feel? So you are a troll too when you're on there calling Ashley all kind of names. So you do the same thing that people are doing to you. It's just that now that the shoe's on the other foot, it doesn't feel good. So don't go on there bullying and trolling and calling people out their names, because when it happens to you, it doesn't feel good. Mm-hmm. Treat others the way you want to be treated.
Right.
Period.
And it's not healthy for your mental state to, you would think that she didn't go to therapy. You know what I mean? Like the therapy is supposed to allow
you've seen how that therapy session went.
Break through. Yeah, she's denying everything. She don't want to be accountable for nothing. That's something. She has no accountability.
It's their fault. It's not mine.
She said she was embarrassed how she acted or reacted in that situation. But I don't hear I'm sorry for even getting, you know what I mean? I don't hear none of that either.
She didn't play a role in the fight. And Monique is saying that she was not wrong because she got in her face. That's where these two ladies stand in the situation. Candace is a victim because she didn't do anything wrong, because all those antics she was doing leading up to it did not warrant somebody to put their hands on you. Technically, no one should have put no. But like we said, you can't taunt people because everybody doesn't respond the same way. Some people can deal with people taunting them.
And respect other people's personal space, because it clearly showed you doing this was all up around here.
Because the thing was, when she did this to your hair, you could have hit her and people would have been like, well, you did twist her hair, you did grab her hair, you did do that to her hair. And it would have been a whole other conversation if she would have struck you, if Candace would have struck Monique first in that moment. We would have a totally different conversation this whole season. That's not what happened. So everybody handles things differently. I mean, me and you, somebody can sit here and be, heck, we deal with it. Y'all be over there talking about us crazy sometimes. We don't go in all the time because sometimes it's like, yeah, whatever. But everybody's not like that. Some people, it's like words hurt people, so they want to hurt you. They don't want to talk. They want to put hands on people.
I just feel like she's milking this victim role. She's milking the fuck out of it. I'm sorry. She is milking it.
Well, it's going to get worse, I know, next week.
Yeah, it does. Andy does tell Monique that she's seen. So I'm sorry. Candace runs off the stage.
Yes, because she said she can't take it. She's a break.
Too much.
She's a break.
The tears are coming down, honey. So Andy says to Monique, you seem numb, like you seem stoic about this, like you could care less. And Monique is like, well, I'm explaining what happened.
I'm explaining my process, like how I process this.
Because Candace is so emotional about it, they expect Monique to be, but at the end of the day, it happened a year ago. Monique never really showed any real emotions, but does she have to? I guess that's what they want her to.
That's the problem. That's just like when she apologized. They was like, the facade you have on right now when you're apologizing. And she was like, what do you want from me? I'm not I don't do that. Like, I don't cry.
Just like the same thing you want from Giselle.
Right.
it's okay for Giselle to have poker face, but it's not okay for Monique to have the same poker face. Because when she was like, yeah, Monique was like, yeah, I'm upset about the situation. Andy was like, well, you didn't say that.
Giselle is like that. Karen is like that. Karen don't give you a whole bunch of emotion neither.
Since Candace is crying, running off stage, and this is still hurting me to this day, and all that, I guess it's like I have to match that energy. And Monique's like, no.
And I mean, and that's okay. Everybody is different. I feel like, in our group, we have people that are more emotional. And then we got people that are less emotional. And you just be like, girl, do you feel anything? Yeah, they have feelings, but it's just like, this is how I process it. It's like, we're going to talk about it, we're going to move on, but I'm not doing all that extra. I don't mean it didn't hurt me.
It did happen a year ago. I wonder, are people, what emotion do they want to see from Monique besides remorse? She did have her, and truthfully, she said that. She said, y'all missed it. I did have a remorseful moment.
I went through it.
Yeah, she's like, she's over it now, which I feel like maybe Candace should try to imitate that overness. Get over it.
I think she should work toward healing from it so that she can move forward from it. So I'm not telling you to get over it today, but you need to start taking steps to
break through it, because you getting that emotional about, oh, she's allowing people to say this, and that's really not healthy for your mental state.
I think she's also upset because the fact that she's not showing emotion, that's another layer that's adding to it. Like, this is my first time seeing you. She doesn't care. And you're not saying anything, like you're not apologizing to me. You don't have any emotions. Here I am breaking down, and you're just sitting there like, girl, what is wrong with you? So I want Candace to work toward healing herself from that traumatic situation so that she can move forward her life and stop holding, because that's a long time to hold on to something.
Yeah.
For it to still bring up those raw feelings like it just happened.
Bless her heart.
So yeah.
So that was the end of this reunion. Next week the husbands come. You see Chris. What Pastor Jamal Bryant said was going to happen this episode is actually going to happen next episode. So I guess
he better not have nothing else to say. He better not do no more videos with no more receipts.
And you know what I think about that? So I went on his IG, and after he posted that video, like it felt like real messy housewives mess, because like he kept reposting what people commented on his story and stuff. Like people said, yeah, I know you told her, and he was posting that on his story, and I'm just like,
but you said you don't like that drama.
Yeah, no, it's like you're now in it. You put yourself in it now.
But your girlfriend, ex-wife, is the queen bee on the show of that.
Hello, somebody. So it was it was just mess. It was messy. Congratulations, sir. You have now entered women's drama. But nevertheless, that's all we got. So until next time, bye guys.